Hi boys and girls. I'm doing a math lesson today. We're working on our 7 packet, but before we get to the pages, I'm going to do another quick little number talks. We were trying to do the number talks all in one day, but it got a little hard because as the numbers get bigger, there's more ways to make the number. So we're just going to kind of break it up in 2 different little lessons. Okay, so you can see we're working on the number 7. Okay, I've got my 10 frame up here. And I wrote down blue and red. Last week we started with red and we had 0. This week I decided to start with blue. We'll kind of try to switch off back and forth so you can see how it works out both ways. It doesn't really matter what you start with. Let's start with blue since we already have them up there. How many blues do you see? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to put 7 blues plus how many reds? Right now there are 0. Altogether, we have 7. Okay, the total is 7. We're going to make 7 a whole bunch of different ways. This is called making 7. Okay, now what I can do is take one of these blues away and replace it. You know, it doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and take the one off it. No, I think this might be better. Sorry about that. I can't get this off with my fingernail. Oops. All right, now how many blues do we have? Let's count them. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And one more at the bottom is 6. 6 blues. Some of you guys probably could subitize that. Means you know what it is without counting. You see the 5 on the top and then in your head you just add one more. 6 blue plus how many reds do we have? Just 1. That's another way to make 7. Okay, now I'll take another blue one off. Now remember, you guys could do the same thing by putting your red and yellow counters in a cup and shaking them. You would come up with all these ways. We're just doing it together, so it'll help us do the page. Now we have how many blues. Okay, if you can subitize is tell me how many without even counting them. How many blues? If you guys get it that fast and say 5, that means you can subitize because you can just look at that and know right away that there are 5. Now, if you can't do that, if you're not quite there yet, if that's still too hard, then go ahead and count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 on the top. How many on the bottom? Now you should be able to subitize these. That means just, you know what that is without counting them? 2. 2 on the bottom. 5 on the top, 2 on the bottom. Does it still equal 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, it does. Wow, look at how many ways there are to make 7. I'm going to replace that blue one with another red. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 blues. Plus means you're going to add 1, 2, 3 reds. Do we still have 7? Yes, we do. So boys and girls, that number is not changing, isn't it? Is it? 7, 7, 7, 7. The total has not changed. We keep having 5 on the top and 2 on the bottom. It's still 7. We're just making it different ways. Let me take another blue one off and replace it with another red. Now what do we have? 1, 2, 3 blues on the top. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom. Is it still 7? Yes, it is. Okay, did you see how all we did was flip these numbers around? Look, I'll put a little arrows like that. Look, this one was 4 plus 3. This one's 3 plus 4. We just flipped the numbers around, didn't we? Okay, I'll show you in a minute on my fingers with that. All right, so I'm going to take this one off and replace it with another red. Now we have 1, 2 blues plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reds. Now, if you guys are looking at this and kind of looking down this way and this way, you might see that there's a pattern, right? Should we look at the pattern right now? Look at these numbers. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. What do you think this is going to be? We're going from big number 7, and every time the number gets a little smaller, 1 less. So if we go 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, it's like you're saying 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Blast off. Okay, here we go. So that number got smaller, 1, but this number is getting bigger every time, right? Because every time we're adding 1 more red. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 1 blue and 6 red. It still equals 7, and there's 1 more left. I bet you guys can guess what that is. we're going to replace all the blues with red. Now, how many reds do we have? 7 reds plus 0 blues. So what we did is we just started with 7 blues, and then now we have 7 reds, right? Oops, I made a mistake. Did you guys notice that? Let me erase it and fix it. All right, we've got 0 blues plus 7 reds equals 7. These two are opposites, 7 plus 0 or 0 plus 7. Okay, good. We're gonna walk over to the table. We're gonna do our pages. Give me just a second. I'm gonna turn on this light so we have better light in here. There. All right, so we're doing the 7 packet, and we're gonna do the last 2 pages today in the packet. All right, so you're gonna find your 7 packet in the yellow folder. I'm gonna put that off to the side because I like to write flat on the table. Okay, we did 3 pages the other day. Yesterday we did this and the goldfish page. Now today we're gonna do the last 2 pages. Okay, I'm gonna start out with my pencil. The first thing we do is always the same. Pick out a pencil and write your name. Or we can say name at the top, name at the top. Always, always, always put your name at the top, okay? So I'm gonna first start practicing 7s. Straight line on top and a slant line down. They're pretty easy, aren't they? Straight on the top and a slant line down. And then I'm gonna put my finger spaced right here so I don't have them all squashed. I also am gonna put a dot on the top so I know where to start. All right, I had enough room to make 3 7s with a space. Guys, I think that light's too bright. Just give me a second. I want you to be able to see it. There. I think that might be better. Now, we get to practice writing the word 7. S-E-V-E-N. I'm going to put my finger space, and then I'm going to just, first I'll trace it. Trace it. Say the letters to yourself. S-E-V-E-N. And then we're going to write it. S, little e, V, little e, N. And you know what? I think you only have to write that once because there's not enough room to write it again without squashing it. And we're going to color 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Those are cute little cows. I think I'm going to color those later. And I need to get my crayons. I got to turn this light on a little bit. Can't get the lighting right today in here in my office. All right, so tell you what, I'm going to color those cows later, okay? All right, but it's going to be all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It says fill in the 10 frame. I'm just going to draw the counters. I'm not going to shake this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll color those in later. Down here, you're searching for 7s. 7, 7, 7. I see lots of 7s now. Be careful. This is 7, but it has a 1 in front. So it's not the number 7. It's the number 17. So we're not going to circle that one. All right. We are done with this page. I'm going to practice 7s again. Trace my numbers and practice 7. I'm going to put a finger space in between. Okay. And then... and remember, we're not going to do this until we're done with the number line. Look at that. Remember when we started these pages? Okay, all we had to do was write 0 and 1, or 1 and 2 and 3. Now we have to go all the way up the number line, don't we? So it's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, we do have to start with 0. Put 0 on the bottom, and then we're going to go up the ladder. Next to the first little step, I write 1. Next to the second step, I write 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then don't forget to circle your 7 because this is a number we're working on and that's going to help you with this. Now, they want us to write a number greater than 7. Okay, remember, greater than means bigger than. Okay, we're just working in our Go Math packet where we're comparing numbers. Greater than means bigger. So all of these numbers are smaller than 7. All of these numbers are bigger. So you can either write 8, 9, or 10. I'll go ahead and just write 10. Now you get to pick a number that's smaller than 7. Don't write 7 because that would be the same. Don't write 8, that would be bigger. You can write any of these numbers. You could write 1 or 2. I'm just going to write 3. You don't have to do that. You can do a different number than me. Okay, down here in this box, you can draw a picture of whatever you want. If you want to do fish, you can, but we already did fish the other day. If you want to do pumpkins, you can. If you want to do ghosts, you can. If you want to do bats or cats, you can. But you have to decide how much time you have and how much time you want to spend. I think I will do pumpkins, but I'm not going to draw faces on them because it'll take too long. I'm just going to draw pumpkins with a stem. 1, 2, 3. I have room for 4 in the top, and then 5, 6, 7. 4 in the top and 3 in the bottom. Ah, that's one of our ways to make 7, right? 4 plus 3. Okay. There, I've got my 7 pumpkins. Now I need to put 7 counters in a cup. I have it right here. I better make sure I have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'm going to shake my cup. I'll roll these out. Oops, dropped one. And then I don't care if you put your reds first or your yellows first, but I do want them together. Okay, so I put my reds down, my yellows down, and this is how mine came out. I've got 3 reds and 1, 2, 3, 4 yellows. Okay, so now I'm going to get my red and my yellow crayons. Start with my red. I'm going to push these over, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 reds, and I had 4 yellows. What I'm going to do, I'm not going to color them in just to save time. I'll color them in later. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now yours might not come out that way. Maybe yours are going to come out 4 red and 3 yellow. Maybe yours are going to come out 5 red and 2 yellow. But whatever you get, you can use that for your number bond. Okay? And I really don't care if they want to do a different number bond, they can. So what I'm doing is I can use any of the ways to make 7 that we just came up with on the board. I know those are hard to see, but I wanted you to remind you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and use this one, since this is how they came out. I'll write the reds first. I got 3 reds and 1, 2, 3, 4 yellows. All together it equals 7. Or I can flip it around. I could say 1, 2, 3, 4 reds plus 3 yellows equals 7. Okay, so there's my 2 addition problems. I use the same 10 frame. I wrote 3 plus 4, and then I flipped it around. 4 plus 3. And then on the number bonds, 7 goes at the end, or the first number. We're making 7. What's one way to make 7? 3 and 4. Another way to make 7 is 4 and 3. So you don't have to do this, but look, I'll put a plus sign in here. Look, it's just like this, but we're just putting it in the circles. 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 plus 4 is 3. Now when we start doing takeaway, you'll see that we go 7 take away 3 is 4. 7 take away 4 is 3. That's why we like these number bonds, because it's addition and subtraction. Okay, good job, boys and girls.